Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video. Today we'll be taking a look at Ropz from FaZe and his amazing performance at ESL Pro League where he got the MVP. We'll be taking a look at his CT side on Inferno, how he plays, what kind of decision making he's doing, positioning and everything along those lines. This video will be a little bit for everyone. It can be from beginner to also like semi-pro level. So let's just hop right into the game. All right, I've already been watching this demo, so I have some notes ready, and we will see how it goes. This first round, I want to talk about a move that he is doing, and it's where you run into Boiler, and then you look down at the ground, so it makes it harder. See, you can see he looks down at the ground. It makes it harder for the T to spot you here when they're running, and this make it so he can have the option to push. The next thing that I want to talk about is what he's doing in this situation. So this is something that is really important that a lot of players don't understand, is that when you are in a 5 versus 2 situation, you don't need to do anything special. Like as you see in this position, Ropz is behind, and even though he thinks that he has the timing, he's not going to do anything with it because he knows it's the only way that they can lose the round. So it's about playing like really disciplined, and he's like showing us exactly how to do it in this situation. So here you like what Cloud9 is basically doing is that their plan failed towards B. So now what they have to do is that they have to wait for FaZe to make a mistake. So that is exactly what you see Hobbit is doing in this position, is that he wants Ropz to make a mistake here so they could get it down to a 4 versus 3 situation or something like that. So this is just really important to play disciplined like Ropz is doing here. And you can see they just end up winning the round really clean because he is cutting off the rotation and they can't do anything. So this is really well played by Ropz. And it's something that is just so important that you get this discipline in your head when you are playing. Next round we will go into is just an information play, which is really good to do against Eco or Glocks, because you know when it's Eco that they won't be mulling or aging like Boiler. So basically what he's doing is just running here, jumping this information to see, okay, no one is second mid. That means now he can call for his B players. There's no one second mid. Be careful that they are coming banana. And now he's just standing, holding information because there is a timing when you jump like this. If you have the best spawn as T, you can make it to here, which means that if he jumps and spots you, he cannot see you. So immediately he goes back in order to not be timed, and then he's just holding the information. Just a little small detail which is good to remember. Now he needs to think about, okay, I have MP9, how do I play this round? So when you have an MP9, it could be a pistol, something like that, you need to have closer duels. So you need to be in a closer position. So the first position he's taking here is this one, which is pretty close. And it's also like a uncommon position that not a lot of people take, which is really good. He decides against it. And then he goes to this position instead, which is also a really good position when he has MP9. So important to think about what kind of position you take when you have like a bad gun. Next one again, same as before, taking a close duel, and he ends up winning it against Buster. He gets an AK, and he actually ends up winning the round because of this play. So now they feel kind of forced to go into B. That means like Kerrigan and I think it was Twist got a kill. Now he repositions because what does the T think? The T will think, okay, last scene is short, so he needs to look towards short, and that is exactly what Hobbit is doing, and then Ropz will get the free kill. So really good repositioning as well. This round is about how you play when you're only 2-1A. So the meta right now on Inferno is that a lot of teams, they will start 3B in order to use more utility on banana in the start of the round. When your team is starting 3 banana and you are the apps player, it's important that you start by using utility early in the round, because if you're not using utility early in the round, the T's can just instantly rush A, and then it will be a really hard round for you, because you will be 2 against 5, right? So they use this early smoke from mid. I call it G2 smoke. And then they will use another smoke again because they couldn't get the rotation yet. So this is something that is really important and to think about when you're only 2A. And also you see that they are always playing together, Brogy and Ropz, whenever they are only 2 there. Now we can go to the next round. In this round, let's see, I'm pretty sure they will do an app setup. Yeah, they will. So this is a really cool app setup. And the important thing that I want to talk about with this round is how Brogy and Ropz already have a pre-plan about what happens if Brogy misses the shot. So you can see what will happen immediately is that Brogy will miss the shot. And now you see the reaction from Ropz is that he needs to take the duel towards apps, because otherwise he will get towards spoiler, because otherwise he will get kills from apps. This is now a short setup, and you will see throughout this video that they will do this short setup a lot, and it's actually a really cool short setup. So another meta right now is that the T's will do smoke long, they will do molly under the roof. So now you will see the reaction that the Ropz will have towards this. So now you will see the molly, Ropz will smoke it, and now he will play in the one way. Again, now in this round, we will see again the really intelligence behind Ropz, that he doesn't try to press the issue. So I think a lot of players, they would stay here because they would think, okay, now I have like a one way and it's really good. But when the smoke then fades, then Ropz would be in a really bad position. So now you see him fall back. 15 seconds left on the clock, really important. And you see the angle that he's taking and how he's playing. He just needs to stay alive. It's basically the only thing he has to do, because they only have 5 seconds left on the clock. And now the round is basically over because of the way that Ropz played time in this round. So again, really, really sick play from them. All right, this next round is about awareness and then communication as well. So as you will see in this round is how the banana players communicate to Ropz and how Ropz deal with that communication. So now you see that Rain and Kerrigan will get banana for free. Ropz has done this information, and this is what I will show again, because this is really important. So important to think about. Kerrigan and Wayne got a lot of information in apps. They then communicate that information towards Ropz. You see Ropz will do the spoiler molly, and this is a starter that he likes to do a lot. He will start here, and he has like inner timing. Okay, now they can have apps, so he needs to go back. Look at the rotation now. Look at Brogy, look at Twist, and look at Ropz. They are all 3 ready for them to apps pop. Unfortunately, Ropz get kind of caught here. He should have probably been a little bit more aware. But you see the communication flow from Kerrigan and Wayne, and how Ropz, Brogy, and Twist like took this information and did something with it. And this is basically how they win the round. They win the round because of the information that they give to each other. And this is like really sick to see from my point of view. A really, really good round from them. This was just an overall really good team communication and really well played. I mean, obviously, you can also say that this was kind of bad from Cloud9. They should have done more banana pressure. But still, this is something that a lot of you up and coming players can learn a lot from. Again, just want to show the starter. He did this exactly the same. The reason why he now has the opportunity to also use his HE is because they know they are on bad money, and you can see Nafany took like 40 damage from this. But yeah, he loves to go to this position. You will see this throughout the demo, that this is like a late round position that he loves to take. Again, a small detail, but also really important. You see when Ropz is hearing that the tease is starting to go up mid, what he immediately does is that he smokes apps in order for him to have a better position. And now you can just see he's just being patient. He knows that he just needs to stay alive. He needs to wait for his teammates to rotate. And he's basically just staying alive. And then late round, he will just get 2 free kills. Just really good late round patience. Something really important. And this one just want to show the starter again that he does, because I think it's a really good starter, and again important to notice there are only 2 on A, so that means they need to use early utility. So G2 smoke, he did the boiler molly, so they cannot go up boiler fast, and now they go into the setup and they have Twist. Twist will then make it, because of this smoke that they threw here in the start. Twist will now make the rotation over to A and be able to hold the apps while they do the short setup. Now I just want to show like a little bit of a funny moment where you see Ropz kind of make a mistake, but you know, it happens. Just a little funny moment jumping over mid and still getting the kill, but yeah, that's also what happens sometimes. This next round, something that I also just want to, is like the inner timing, and it's something that I like to talk about a lot. Is like the inner timing of a round, is that you can see now he will do this molly. After he does this molly, he stays there for a little bit, and now he knows, okay, now they can jump up, so he needs to he has the timing to peek mid. Now he smokes off boiler because he knows that now they can be up on balcony. And you see they get kind of caught off guard here because Ropz is now alone. They are coming 4 guys out of apps, and the CTs have 2 guys long and Ropz here alone. But now you just see like the calmness of Ropz, like how he's holding the angles. He's not like panicking, trying to push into boiler, trying to go into the smoke, anything like that. He holds his ground, he stays calm, and he just tries the best that he can do. And that is like really, really sick. So 9-0 round. Just a small thing for teams out there, that when you have a disadvantage situation, and we will see how later in the round they will lose rain. Now, instead of just playing normal, like they would play like 2B or 2B, 2A or something like that, then they go for a little bit of a stack. Ropz decides, okay, the highest chance we have of winning this round is if we just stack somewhere. Unfortunately, they stack the wrong side and they end up losing the round. But this is like the correct thing to do. So next round, little bit of a mistake in my eyes. Like the idea is good. But yeah, you see again, they will do like a short setup with 3 guys, with pretty cool setup as well. Under the roof, he will probably smoke the molly if the molly comes. Ropz is holding apps, Twist is holding mid. But now when Brogy decides to leave, I think they have to decide to do something else, because now you can see it's a 4 versus 2 situation. And the problem with this is that now Buster can get 1 flash from Hobbit. As you see, he will pick up a flash here, and then he will flash for him, and then Twist will get blind, and then they will lose. In my eyes, they should have probably fell back here, but it's like a hard one to think about. But yeah, still a decent setup. If Brogy would have been there, would have probably been better. But 4 versus 2, you could probably argue that they should have went somewhere else instead. Again, 9-2. Just again, we need to we need to think about, okay, what gun does he have, and what does he do with the gun that he has. So in this round, he has a 5.7. So you will be looking at him again. Little bit of a boost for bogey. Good to set up your teammate always. And now he takes a position where he will have a high chance with his 5.7 to get a kill. Just always think about what gun do you have, what kind of position do you take because of the gun you have. And yeah, you will just see this throughout the round that he, and this is actually funny. So this is something that I really wanna emphasize on. There is a clip from actually YouTube. I think it's G2 voice comms, where, and I will link this in the description, where you hear Hooksy ask JKS like, "What did you do in this round?" or something like that, and then it's like JKS saying, "I was in my spot. I just killed him," and this is the spot that he's talking about. And it's just funny because you see that JKS, kind of similar player towards Ropz, that they kind of play the same position. They take the same position. This position is really good because when you come up from short, it's a really hard position to clear. And just funny to kind of take this like kind of same player, Ropz and JKS, and that they like to play like the same spots. Just a funny fact. I will link it in the description so you can go have a look at it. 10-2 round, next round. They win this round. But yeah, next round. Just like aggressive round from him, just playing on his aim basically in this round. As you can see, he likes to do this again. As earlier in the demo, he goes for the info. He sees no one, and then he just goes for the duels. Pretty like, a little bit crazy that he just goes for the duels and stuff. But I mean, if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Counter-Strike is about confidence. It's about peeking the angles confidently. So sometimes it works, and when you're feeling it, you should definitely go for it. 11-2 round. This is just a round where he's basically trying to set up his teammates. So you see, this is like a really old play that I think they did even in like 2018. But as you see, the normal deep smoke for Kerrigan will push down mid. After that, like they lost Kerrigan, he just tries to like get the refrag and get something, and because of this, he ends up with like only like 7 bullets or something left. Yeah, 7 bullets left, and now they go out apps, and kind of a mistake, but also a gamble to get something back. I mean, it is what it is. We will now hop into the next demo. So yeah, give me a minute. It will take only 1 second for you guys, but we'll hop back into another demo where he also plays CT side on Inferno. All right, we are ready with the new demo. So yeah, this round you probably saw it on the stream or some highlight on Reddit or something, but I just wanted to show you guys this round because this is absolutely insane from Ropz, and there's not much explaining that I can do to explain how he is playing this round, but I just wanted to show you and bring this in because this is absolutely insane. And when I watched it the first time, I was like, yeah, this one is you are not able to explain. So let's just have a look at it. And yeah, there's not much to explain other than just watch what he's doing here. That's the only thing that I can really say. I mean, look at this. Oh, and he gets the kid, he defuses the bomb. I mean, not much to say. I mean, obviously, Force made huge mistakes in this round, but this is what you get with a player like Ropz. Just absolutely insane. He punishes the mistakes, and that's how CS is. Your opponent will make a lot of mistakes. You just have to punish it. This is why you play a lot of DM, and this is just insane. Not much to say about that. This round, unfortunately, they lose it, but again, he takes this position that he likes to do a lot in graveyard, which is a really good position. But the problem with this round is that they are playing this setup on short, which is relatively strong, but they have really good trades here, and unfortunately he doesn't dodge the flash, and now this becomes like an impossible situation for Ropz. I mean, decent setup. Could you say that maybe they should have been closer to each other? Yeah, but they also have to hold apps. I'm not quite sure. I think it was okay, but also Force played it well in this round. Yeah, it's 10-7. I just want to show again, Ropz likes this position. Again, the same as with JKS. They both like this position, and it was just fun. This moment was just funny to me because I remembered that JKS likes to play there, and now I see Ropz doing it as well. So, not much to see in this round. Next round is just a reminder for everyone. You see his money. He has 2,000. Just buy a Zeus. Buy a Zeus. You can always get some kills with it. It's something that I see a lot of people don't do, but if you go in apps somewhere and stand where Ropz is standing, there's a high possibility that you will get a frag with the Zeus. And if you get one frag, that is so much money you take away from the opponent. And you know, if Ropz would have looked the right way, he would have killed him. So just a reminder for everyone that buy a Zeus. If you have the money, buy a Zeus in these eco rounds. Next round, we will just take a look at this position, which is a position that I think is pretty good. You can catch a lot of people off guard, and you also just see some good movement. Just practice your movement, guys. It looks good, and it's easy because then your teammate can do something else. But yeah, you see in this position, he plays it okay. He knows he's committed. Force is good at clearing it, and unfortunately they lose the round. Just a little play from Ropz in this round. Again, you see why he's playing with the gun again. Now we need to listen for the sound here. He haven't heard anyone jump up, and because he hasn't heard anyone jump up the balcony, he can focus on this. And when he can focus on this is like a good angle for him, and it's kind of also a mistake from the Force team here. And because of he's using his sound and his awareness, he is able to get this kill and get an AK. There was a big opportunity for them to win this round, but yeah, unfortunately it doesn't go that way. This round is also something that, again, you see the starter that they do. Only 2A, G2 smoke and apps, and then they do this really good setup. Also something that it's important that you switch it up, right? So beforehand they did like the molly here, and then they went into boiler. They still do what they need to do in terms of doing like the early nades when they're only 2 on A. And then they switch it up with like a double ad setup, which is also something that is really safe to do when you're only 2A. And now you see he's switching it up a bit. Last time he was graveyard, now he's playing pit. And you just see that now the only thing he has to do, take some good angles, and you see a problem that I see often is that people try to like hold here, but there's no opportunity, there's no reason to hold. Stay passive, stay patient, hold these angles, because when you're staying here and holding this angle, when you as T come up here, you have to clear side, you have to clear headshot, you have to clear everything. So him standing here and just holding this position, there's the only way he dies here if the T has a really good read and just instantly runs in and clears only this angle. And the likelihood of that is not that big. Yeah, this round again, you see same starter. They are only 2A. They use utility in the starter round. If they start 3A, they don't use as much utility. Um, but yeah, this is a round you don't usually see this from Ropz, but he gets caught off guard. Good play from them. They get a kill on Banana on Rain, and because of this, and they already have mid, they know now when you get a kill on Banana, that means that the A guys have to rotate towards B, and then that's the timing while you walk to the smoke, and then Ropz get caught off guard. Really, really good play from the T's, but also there's no like real reason why Ropz should run with knife in hand, but you know, good play from the T's. They punish his mistake. Not a big mistake at all, but yeah. Um, this one, and this is something that I just want to show in this what happens in the start of this round, because this will make sense why they do the next play. So you see this. Wait, I didn't go back. That's my bad. I want to show you the previous round. This round. So you see this round. This round, you notice that the T's is not gonna molly boiler, and this is something that Ropz is hearing and also Brogy is hearing. So because of they don't molly boiler, now they decide, okay, let's go for a second mid peak because they don't molly boiler. So unfortunately now Force will molly boiler, but this is the reason why they do this play in this round. So unfortunately they just get absolutely owned because the molly will come. But there was a reason behind this play, and the reason was that they didn't molly last round, and that is probably something they talked about on TeamSpeak, I'm guessing. But it's just like a cool moment where FaZe is thinking about what is Force doing, and they are trying to counter that they are not mollying boiler. But unfortunately, they did molly this round, and they lose the round because of it. All right. Let me just check. Yeah, so this is also something that G2 used to do. Just funny because we talked about JKS. But this boiler setup, I saw a lot from Hunter and Jax when Jax was still in G2. Just this boiler setup where they're just two in boiler and just challenging people. The reason why this is decent is because a lot of teams nowadays, it's not really a meta for the CTs to play in apps. So sometimes some rounds just playing in boiler, doing some sort of setup can be really good because the T's will be sloppy and make a lot of mistakes when they take apps. Just really good sec 2 kills from them, and yeah, they win the round because of it. Alright. So yeah, this round you just see again their short setup, and they just decide to stay in it. And here you see because they used smoke long and molly here, and FaZe could just stay here. Because of this, they decide, okay, we can gamble B because they haven't taken mid. So because they haven't taken mid, then that means that Ropz and Brogy can now stay here the whole round. They are still staying in the setup. And Force is not checking mid. So that means now FaZe can just stay in a 3-man setup in B. And this is just the importance of information in this game and talking together with your teammates. So now you see FaZe wins this round because of Brogy and Ropz just staying here the whole round. They don't care about the nades and everything like that. Also a big mistake from Force for not taking mid before they go B. But sometimes this happens, and FaZe punishes the mistake from Force, and they win the round because of it. 13-13 round. In this round, Ropz and Twist is going for a late apps push. And this is something that you also see, again, he's taking this position, but this is also something that you see Heroic, I think it is. They like to do this, that late round after the tease has taken apps, like a meta thing, as you also will see here, is that they kind of just take apps, and then after they take apps, they just leave it. And then they start taking mid, and that means that now Ropz and Twist, they can push apps, and now they just get like really good like kills here. And this is just something that is really common for the teas, that they, and it's kind of a gamble from FaZe, because if someone is standing in apps and holding them, they will probably die, but the chances of them going 1-for-1 even is kind of high as well. So it is just a good play for information as well. And yeah, basically you do it whenever the tease is taking apps, because you think that they will leave apps, and then you have the chance to then push apps. Really sick play, and again, Ropz is basically winning the round for them. Ropz and Twist, for that sake. Next round is, I just want to talk about a little bit about switching it up, because you have seen now that he has done a lot of the same with playing Graveyard and then playing Pit. So now, again, 2-1A. This time, instead of using the G2 smoke when they're only 2A, then Ropz decide that he will do his utility in apps instead. So that, because he's doing his utility in apps, that makes it so Twist has the timing to rotate, and Bogey doesn't have to use his nades. I think this a little bit of an overkill to use now the mid smoke, but you know, you can always discuss these kind of things. But yeah, switching it up, and what I mean by switching it up is that now, instead of playing Graveyard or Pit, now they completely left Pit, and now they're playing two side instead. Alright. And the final round of the game, we will just see switching it up again. They have played relatively passive on A from the start of the rounds. So because they haven't really done anything that aggressive in the start of the rounds in this game, then now they switch it up. They do the G2 smoke that they have done like maybe 4 times, and Ropz just decides to run through it, and they have absolutely no idea that he's down here, and he just gets a lot of free kills because of it, and the game is over. So yeah, that was basically it for me. I hope you learned something. I hope it was easy to understand. I'll be doing way more of these type of videos, and I'm also doing coaching on Metafy. The link will be in the description. So if someone needs coaching, anything like that, go over and look at my page there, and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, that was about it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.